Welcome back to our Space Engineers Salvage Survival playthrough. Joining me are Fuzz, Dan, Thundra, and other members of the Court of Fools. Our rules this time are fairly simple. Small grid and static large grid are free to build. Free-floating large grid can be salvaged or built in our construction hangar. If you are interested in more, do the YouTube chant, like and subscribe, and enough talk. On with the show.
Okay. Let's go and go to the mod next. Let me get this one going. I need power for the next hour.
Smile and wait, boys.
Smile and wait.
I did, but he's still looking at me.
You don't worry about Otis.
Okay. Ooh, I like the way that shirt.
You like Otis?
No, the way the walkway looks. Around
People
the
who don't
side.
like Otis ain't people.
That looks good.
Ooh, we're gonna need some superconductors for for yield mods. Oh, we got some. All right, I am building them. All right, that one
I
is
got a
set.
freeze. I got a freeze and it might be crashing. It crashed.
Yeah, I don't have that yet, so.
Good to go.
You back in yet?
I think my body is, but I'm
Yeah,
still waiting
if
on the screen to load.
as soon as you load in, turn around and hop into Little Tug.
Okay, I've got 2 air bottles on me always, so...
Okay, well, that helps. 120 more reactor components, and we'll get the second large reactor done. And then that half of the reactor bay will be functional. Well, you can stop bitching at me.
Never.
Super green room.
Silver green.
Super green?
Okay.
Yep.
Are we green?
Silver green.
Dano's room is super green. Okay, all these oxygen tanks is why mine's not filling the bottle. Okay.
I don't know. It's
Uh,
Thundra. She misunderstands mechanics, but it works for her.
Sometimes. No, but seriously, what are you talking about?
They're saying, whenever I try to put the bottles in, it's saying that it's actually taking time to fill them. Instead
Yeah.
of it being instantaneous.
Technically not in. And we
Yeah,
do
it
have
takes,
a...
like...
I will drink because I did not do that yet.
Anyway. That's what contributes to, putting bottles out and the bottle going into your inventory and it not filling up your on-suit oxygen in time to save you.
Oh, that's happened a couple times.
Yeah, it's happened a few times. I don't
For
like
some
it.
reason, my air vent's not working. I'm trying to figure out why, because it was working earlier.
We may not have enough oxygen in the system at the moment.
Yeah.
Are we...
Now it's working.
hung up again? No. Do we have the piston going up?
Maybe it was just borked earlier, or it was just processing all the oxygen.
Could have been.
We're slowly mining stone now, continuously.
Nice. Two more.
Shit. I turn my back and it breaks itself.
Is critical.
Of course. Oh, were you out of steel plates again?
Seriously?
Maybe. That or I'm having withdrawal issues.
Both? Maybe? I don't know.
Steel plates, steel plates, steel plates. Yep.
The attack!
Well, I've got another one on mine. I'm gonna get some steel plates going.
I have a kitty attack.
Meizong, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but you appear to be dying.
Yeah.
I mean, just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little. I have 14 health. It'll slowly regenerate as long as I don't, like, start suffocating.
Again.
It works better if you get into a cockpit or a chair.
Yeah, well, I'm not worried about that right now.
Works even better when you go over to a, healing component.
I would, except for the fact that somebody started bitching that I can't go through the door earlier.
No, that was about the little robot, Henry, who has now been executed.
No, she was complaining about me as well.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, and after her executing the little robot, I don't want to be next.
I didn't execute it!
You were the cause.
You were an executioner, but you were judge and jury.
Sure. Right. Poor Henry. I had to put up a moral for him.
I thought it was Hank, not Henry.
It's Hank.
It can be both.
Ah. Oh my gosh.
Thermal industrial. Oh,
Easy
that's
for
those
you to say.
ones. Yeah. Block industrial engineers. Here we go. I mean.
OXY.
Kitty, no! My pizza! No,
Communist
no.
Kitty says, "Our pizza."
Yep.
Spoons? Spoons?
Man,
Okay.
I need the kind of money Spoons has got.
I
Yeah.
think this food just did because it covered my screen.
Oh, these
Read
just,
it.
yeah. Beatbots, that's what I want.
Alright. Spoons just
Thank you very much.
5 tier subs. We have 2 on subs to sign, do lock. They're retired, so the other mouse got one.
The other mouse. There is only one
and the mighty
mouse.
mouse got one too, so both mice got in the same time. And Denardi.
How dare you? There is only one mouse.
Yeah, I'm not fighting Disney. What you call it? It can keep the title. I'll find something else.
There's 2 mouse. Because
Syrupy tires?
Yeah,
What does it sound like?
tires or tire. I can't pronounce it, but he's also known as Mouse or Squeakers.
Syrupy
Who you are.
fires?
It's
Fears?
THIRES.
Tears and fears?
Tires with a lisp?
Hmm.
Yes,
Fires?
indeed. Thank you very much.
Have you got your PC parts yet, Spoons?
Where was the one I didn't finish?
No, Kitty! It's my pizza!
Our pizza. Yeah, no, speaking of which, what you call it? Yeah, no, when a governor loses to Disney, I'm not willing to take that fight. What you
Let's
call
be
it?
frank,
Because-
he's not a very bright governor.
He's still the motherfucking government. Like, I'm not petitioning for him to get an award for excellence. I've seen the other shit he's done. But the fact of the matter is he may be in the governor's chair, but the mouse is in the house.
Inventory full.
Believe me, I am fully accepting the fact that at some point we are going to be all under the government of some big major corporation, like many of your post-apocalyptic and or dystopian future worlds have.
Fuzz is dreaming of it.
Hey,
He want
I mean,
he's seen Cyberpunk.
yeah.
He
What you
has a
got?
thing for Lucy.
Yeah. I mean, Shadowrun at least has what you call the argument of, yeah, but why do all these mega corporations have so much power? Well, you see, the CEO is a fuck-mothering dragon.
yep, well, that's Shadowrun.
Inventory full.
So, Mouse, when are you running Shadowrun?
I'm not, what you call it, not a great fan of, what you call it, the system.
Well, you could always do Cyberpunk Red and run it as Shadowrun then.
I mean, I could, and I'd probably be fairly down for that, because, like I said, not a great fan of the system, but,
Yeah.
I mean, the world just makes sense. What you
Didn't
call it, yeah.
Did Shadowrun have a 5e conversion at some point, or did they work on that?
Don't know about 5e, but it almost certainly had a D20 conversion.
Okay.
Everybody had a D20 conversion.
Of course.
Yeah. My favorite D20 conversion still has to be the what you call it, the 5th edition conversion for what you call it, Legend of the Five Rings, because that is a 3.5 module that was so popular it was made into its own D20 system that was then what you got run through Fantasy Flight Games, explosive dice system that got so popular that 5e went, we'd love to have a version of that, but for 5e. So it is a D&D system that spun off into its own system, that spun off into its own dice system as well, that came back to D&D.
Yep.
It's the circle of life.
That is a little hilarious.
Yeah. just the idea that someone looked, especially given where it was, someone looked at Fantasy Flight Games' explosive dice system and went, I just wish there was a version of this in D20, and just everyone who knew the history was just like, there is, it's in 3.5, which would be 1,000 times easier to convert. Like, converting 3.5 to 5th edition, very simple. Like, there are like programs where you can just punch in like the stat sheets and shit, and it'll convert over to a fairly solid degree to a 5th equivalent. No, we want to take the exploding dice version and it can convert that to 5th edition.
Okay.
Is my hydrogen.
Double the drills. Maybe that'll solve the problem of it breaking off. Don't you hate it when your
Probably
drill
doesn't
tip
help that I got
snaps?
into a lot of things like Cyberpunk and Shadowrun through the games, and I never got to play a Shadowrun game in person, and I'm not a great fan of the Shadowruns, like the top-down style, isometric style games.
Yeah. Shadowrun Returns is, I mean, this is a solid game, but it's real easy to soft lock yourself, and it's okay. I did like the multiplayer Boston Lockdown, but the server shut down. I interrupted. What was you about to say?
There was a YouTuber I was I was watching. It was like Soft Lock Locksmith or something.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, the whole point was that people would like send in these soft lock situations, like, what if you get onto Victory Road in Pokemon with only a fucking Graveler that knows Explode?
No,
like,
go ahead.
Yeah, and like the whole point was that they send him these situations where it's like, I'm soft locked, there's nothing I can do, or is there? Please help! I've got 100 hours in this save file.
No, in Shadowrun Returns, you can easily run yourself out of money, and you're not going to complete some of those missions without help. And if you can't hire mercenaries, well, you're just screwed.
I wish there was a, the lights that the emissive lights that we have access to.
Hmm?
I wish there was a version of that would work on angled walls.
Yeah. Speaking of Shadowrun, since we're kind of on that topic, though, I do remember that there was this. I am going to call it failed because I only ever saw it advertised once or twice, and then it disappeared, and I never heard of it anymore. I do not recall if it was on like the generation of console that the Xbox was on, the original Xbox, or later generations, but there was this first-person shooter that looked like a your kind of typical free-for-all, kill everybody Shadowrun game. At the time, I didn't know what Shadowrun was, so I wasn't informed enough to be outraged by the fact that they just turned it into a shooter. Period.
Yeah, no, came out in 2007.
Okay. Is that facing the right way? Yes, it is. Okay. That would have upset me a little bit.
Oh yeah, by all accounts it did, what you got. I mean, it was never going to do well, given that its twin releases were on the Xbox 360 and Microsoft Vista.
I never personally played it, but it did not look good at all.
Thank you for watching. All thumbnails are taken from the episode. First person to comment with the correct timestamp will get their comment pinned.